This comes directly from the OECD. I'll just mention the brief point that continued fiscal support and public health action needed to make hope of a recovery a reality. They want more fiscal. We're hearing this from everywhere that fiscal support has to be the one to take the charge. It can't come from the monetary side. It can't come from the central banks. We'll see what actually happens because already the central banks have gone too far. I am interested to see though what we get in 2021. I'll show you what's going on the fiscal side from Canada in just a second, but this is just showing you that all of these supranational entities, institutions, top to bottom, are all pushing for basically the same thing, and we know why, because they all work together. Whether or not they actually work together in public doesn't matter, because you know that all of the biggest politicians, all of the biggest individuals in positions of power, and the revolving door between all of these are coming together and deciding what happens, and we watch the show, we watch the movie. It's a play. You're on this act and this scene, and people are not really seeing the puppeteers in behind it. A new setback for big cities as return to the office fades. I looked through here, just telling us that while more people were moving back into the office, we are now seeing that as people are concerned and so on, businesses are deciding to send those people home. If you know anybody in the financial industry, many of them have been working from home, depending on their position, of course. Many of them have been working from home, and they've been told that this will continue into 2021, and I've heard from anywhere from January, but that was a while ago, into spring, into the summer, depending on the company. So right now it looks like several months of this. As a result of this, imagine all of these buildings. Look how many floors. If your occupancy is 15%, sure, there's a lease on these floors, but when that lease ends, do you think they're going to need all of those? I don't think so. And people, I keep seeing the news all the time. I keep seeing constantly, every single day. I read multiple articles today talking about how the worst is over. I have seen the comments over and over and over again that this is all done with. What do you think is going to happen to the real estate once this shift is complete? We will be 1 year, after 1 year of people working from home. Do you not think that that will be a continued trend? At least 30% of the time for most people? I absolutely do. And this is commercial real estate and the commercial mortgage-backed securities, which will become a pivotal point or a critical point that people, investors, or concerned individuals should be paying attention to. 9 months after the health and economic crisis began, unemployment claims near record high. Does it surprise anybody though? I mean, come on. Elevated figures for continued and initial claims reflect the economic and financial pain almost 9 months into this crisis. We have to understand that yes, the numbers that they show us have declined, but look at what's going on in the actual streets, in what we see with the food bank lineups, in the amount of people that are subsisting off of food stamps to begin with. Look at how many people do not have work, have reduced hours, have reduced pay, and they're simply just trying to get along. Now, there are others out there who have taken jobs with Uber Eats and so on. Hey, they got to make ends meet. They got to get some income. Somehow they got bills to pay. And you look at all the rent problems that we are dealing with, rents, mortgages, and so on, that people are really trying to just hope that something comes around, something gets fixed, and actually be able to resolve their crisis that they are having personally, their own personal economy, and nothing of the sort will be coming in the next little while. We know that this is going to have a, as they call, knock-on effect or domino effect with the wider economy. Hundreds wait in line for hours for free $250 Publix gift card in Miami. If anybody heard about this, had seen this, or just give me your thoughts on it. Do you think this has something to do with simply giving away free stuff and people are lining up? Or is this more of a crisis situation that individuals are dealing with and we are seeing the side effects? And then to finish the video off, Trudeau to raise Canada debt ceiling 57% to $1.4 trillion. I mean, I really don't understand how they ever intend on paying this back. The economy will not be able to grow. I don't care how expensive the homes get, you're not going to be able to grow out of this mess. Canada, on us, when you look at it in the GDP terms, has actually completely destroyed their future more than any other country. They have spent more money than anybody else in terms of the GDP. That shows you how far they're willing to go. What has the result been? So far, people are getting some money. People are getting some paychecks in the mail. That's keeping everything going. And you are not seeing the crisis that you would have, let's say, 100 years ago. But how long can that persist for? And what are the impacts of this in the longer term? That is something they don't care about because it's all political. They are simply worried about, let's get this resolved now. And what can we do? Okay, we can print a whole bunch of money. We can raise a bunch of taxes, which they'll do. And I don't know, let's just increase the debt and send people a bunch of money so that they can go out on Black Friday and buy flat screen TVs. It is so fantastic. That's all for this video. If you found it informative, hit that thumbs up button. When you do, you're supporting me. Thank you for being one of the 10%.